POV. I was buried alive for 2 months, but no one knew. The news anchor continued to urge the public to steer clear of the hazardous area, emphasizing the need to avoid any potential accidents. Flynn sat up straight, disbelief etched on his face.
They actually closed off Wild Valley?
My mother's brow furrowed as a thought crossed her mind. Then Flynn sprang up from the couch, excitement bubbling over as he slapped his thigh.
This is fantastic. That camping trip we took to Wild Valley is now a legendary last. I can't wait to tell my classmates. They'll be so jealous, especially since they never got a chance to go before it was shut down.
Slowly, my mother's tense expression began to relax.
All right, enough of this childish excitement. Have you two picked out a birthday gift for your grandmother's party?
My father, who had initially worn a dark scowl, finally seemed to ease up.
This time, you kids had better come up with some charming words to flatter her.
Flynn rolled his eyes.
Whitney always helps me pick the best gifts for Grandma anyway. Grandma will love it. You guys don't need to worry.
With that, he turned his attention back to the game on TV. When my name was mentioned, my mother's expression shifted back to one of disdain, and she turned to retreat into her room. After sitting on the bed for a moment, she picked up her phone, seemingly indifferent, and opened our chat history. There were no new texts. Our last conversation felt like a distant memory now, and those few brief exchanges seemed strangely foreign. An unnameable emotion washed over her, and she pressed down on the voice message button, her voice laced with frustration as she spoke for several tense seconds.
Whitney, get back home by tomorrow, and I can arrange for you to move back in with us. If you keep hiding, I swear I'll sever our ties.
With that, she tossed her phone aside and lay back down, drifting off to sleep. I sat there, wanting to cry, but finding myself unable to produce a single tear. 6 months ago, I graduated, but my parents missed the ceremony they had promised to attend because Scarlett had scraped her knee. Afterward, when I quietly voiced my disappointment, they used my age as an excuse to kick me out of the house. Fearing my grandmother would find out and scold my mother, I kept quiet about it. I didn't even dare to use my grandmother's connections to help me find a job. My mother knew that I had spent my whole life longing for her and my father's approval. She was my Achilles heel. As long as she threatened to cut ties, I would rush back to apologize, eager to make things right. But now, she no longer held that power over me, because I had been dead for 2 months. When my mother woke up, evening had already fallen. Checking her phone, she found only a message from her close friend. It was from Aunt Lillian.
Hey, Ginny, I remember you all just went to Wild Valley recently. Hope everything's all right. How's Whitney? I tried calling her, but she's not answering.
Seeing Aunt Lillian's message made me feel moved. Over the years, besides my grandmother, Aunt Lillian had been one of the few people who cared about me. I usually only shared good news with my grandmother, and during tough times, it was only Aunt Lillian who would pat my shoulder and reassure me.
Your mother just needs some time to think. She loves you.
I had always believed that, until I tried calling her before I died, and she repeatedly hung up on me. That was when I realized what a white lie that was. Maybe my unwillingness to let go had kept me lingering near my mother, even after death. I didn't want that. I always cared, too much maybe. I gave everything, yet it never seemed to matter. But here's the thing, the truth is coming, and when it does, it's going to shake them all to the core. They think I disappeared on my own. They think it was a choice, but that's a lie. I didn't vanish on purpose. I was set up, and it wasn't an accident. You need to know something else. Someone in this very household is the reason I'm gone. They're the ones who did this to me. To everyone out there listening, thank you for hearing me out, but my time here is running out. If you want to know the full story, the truth behind my death, you'll have to go to Good Novel. Trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next. Search for the book Forgotten 6 Feet Under, or use the code 62426. I'll be reading your comments, so let me know who you think is behind it all. For now, I'm signing off, but remember, the story's just getting started.